Does your body look like this? Like a duck? Like you have the posture of a toddler? Yeah, you heard me right. This isn't dad bod. This is duck bod. You have visible abs, yet it's like it's all being pushed out. You've probably heard the term before, anterior pelvic tilt. And you have probably been told that your hip flexors are too tight, your core is too weak, your lower back is probably hurting all the time because of it. So you tried stretching your hip flexors. You tried strengthening your abs. You tried lowering your body fat. And not only did it not work, it probably made the problem even worse. Because if you are like most people, you are missing one major crucial element, the thing that causes all of these other problems. The root cause. A weak TVA, your transverse abdominis, the deep core muscle that acts like a natural corset around your spine. When it is weak, nothing else matters. Your outer abs can be rock solid. Your hip flexors can be stretched 100 times a day. But until you wake up your TVA, that protruding belly is not going anywhere. I found this out the hard way. I had back surgery. I struggled with ruptured discs. I had a protruding belly even at low body fat. Nothing worked. Until I discovered the 1-minute core switch that changed everything. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what the TVA is, why it is the missing piece of your posture puzzle, and how to activate it in just 1 minute a day. I spent months trying to fix my protruding belly the wrong way. I had visible abs. I could do dragon flag progressions. I could do hanging leg raises, but my stomach still stuck out. My lower back still ached, and I could not figure out why. I was doing everything right. Or so I thought. Then I learned about the transverse abdominis, the deepest layer of abdominal muscle. The TVA wraps around your waist like a corset. It is always working in the background to stabilize your spine, but it rarely gets targeted by traditional ab exercises. My outer abs were doing all the work along with my hip flexors. My TVA was getting disproportionately weaker, and that imbalance was throwing off my entire posture. Once I started targeting my TVA directly, everything changed. My lower back pain improved, my posture corrected, and that protruding belly started to flatten out. Not overnight, but consistently over weeks. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to do the same. But first, let me ask you something. Do you have visible abs but still have a belly pooch? Does your lower back ache after standing for long periods? Have you tried stretching your hip flexors with no lasting results? Do you struggle to brace your core during squats or deadlifts? Have you been told you have anterior pelvic tilt but nothing seems to fix it? If you answered yes to any of these, your TVA is likely weak, and the fix is simpler than you think. Type TVA in the comments if this sounds familiar. Here is what most people do not understand about core strength and posture. Your core is not just your six-pack muscles. In fact, your rectus abdominis, the muscle that gives you that six-pack look, is only one part of the equation. Beneath it lies a deeper, more important muscle called the transverse abdominis. The TVA is the deepest layer of abdominal muscle. It wraps around your torso horizontally, like a corset or a weightlifting belt. Its primary job is not to look good. It is to stabilize your spine and pelvis. When you brace your core, you are supposed to be activating your TVA. When it is weak, your outer abs and hip flexors take over. Your pelvis tilts forward, your lower back arches, and your belly protrudes, even if you are lean. A study published in PubMed found that the activity of the transverse abdominis was greater during posterior pelvic tilting. In other words, when your pelvis is in a neutral or slightly tucked position, your TVA is working. When your pelvis is tilted forward, your TVA is not doing its job. The pelvic cross syndrome involves weakness of the trunk muscles, including the transversus abdominis. And when that muscle is weak, it cannot hold your organs in place, resulting in that pooch effect. Here is the part that most people miss. The TVA is not just another muscle to train. It is the foundation of your entire core. Without it, nothing else works properly. Your lower back takes on too much load. Your hip flexors overcompensate. Your posture suffers, and no amount of crunches, planks, or leg raises will fix the underlying problem. A strong TVA offers improved spinal and core stability, which is especially useful with standing exercises such as squats and deadlifts that require strong core stabilization. It supports the lower back, potentially reducing the risk of lower back pain, and it helps restore proper posture and balance. Now let me show you the 2 exercises that have been working for me. I have been seeing a lot of results. The first is the stomach vacuum. The second is the Pallof press. They work together. The stomach vacuum wakes up your TVA. The Pallof press strengthens it in a functional, anti-rotational way. Do both consistently, and you will finally fix that protruding belly. Exercise number 1. The stomach vacuum. This is the exercise that targets the TVA more effectively than any other movement. It may reduce back pain, as having a strong core, including the transversus abdominis, is linked with a lower risk of back pain. It targets the deep core musculature responsible for spine stabilization, postural control, and protection of the lower back. The stomach vacuum is not a cure for back pain, but its ability to improve deep core activation has been shown to help some people with chronic lower back issues. Here is how to do it. I am going to show you 3 different positions. You can try all 3 to see which one you are able to do the easiest. For me personally, I found on all 4s to be the easiest, but I will show you all 3. First, leaning over a counter. Second, standing. Third, on all 4s. No matter what position you are in, the technique is the same. Breathe out all the way. Exhale completely. Once you have exhaled all the way, clench your abs just like you are bracing them. Zip up your core. Once you have it zipped up like this, draw your navel in right at your belly button. Bring your lower stomach in towards your spine. Draw it in right when you finish exhaling and bracing your abs as tight as you can. Hold that in for as long as you can. Aim for 15 to 30 seconds. If you cannot hold it that long, do it as long as you can. Repeat that process for 3 reps or until you get a total of 60 seconds. That is 1 set. Do 3 sets of that every single day. Do it once in the morning. Do it once at night before bed. Do it twice a day, and you will see results over time. Let me break down the technique more carefully. Start in your chosen position. If you are leaning over a counter, place your hands on the counter and lean forward slightly. If you are standing, stand tall with your feet shoulder width apart. If you are on all 4s, get on your hands and knees with your back flat. Now, take a deep breath in, then exhale fully, pushing all the air out of your lungs. As you exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine. Imagine you are trying to zip up a tight pair of jeans. You should feel a deep contraction in your lower abdomen, not your upper abs. That is your TVA firing. Hold that contraction for as long as you can. Breathe shallowly if you need to. Do not hold your breath for the entire time if you cannot. Just maintain the contraction. When you release, breathe normally for a few seconds, then repeat. A study using MRI demonstrated that during a drawing-in action, the transversus abdominis contracts bilaterally to form a musculofascial band that appears to tighten like a corset and most likely improves the stabilization of the lumbopelvic region. This is exactly what you are doing with the stomach vacuum. You are drawing in your abdominal wall and activating that corset-like function. The stomach vacuum reliably activates the transversus abdominis, and research has shown that inward movement of the lower abdominal wall in supine produces the most independent activity of the TVA relative to the other abdominal muscles. That is why the vacuum is so effective. It isolates the TVA in a way that crunches and sit-ups cannot. Now, a quick note on progression. When you first start, you might not feel much. That is normal. Your TVA is asleep. It has been dormant for years. Keep practicing. Within a week, you will start to feel that deep burn. Within 2 weeks, you will be able to hold the contraction longer. Within a month, you will notice your posture starting to change. That belly will start to pull back in. Exercise number 2. The Pallof press. This is the exercise that takes your TVA activation and turns it into real-world strength. The Pallof press is an anti-rotation core exercise which uses a resistance band or cable machine to provide a rotational pull. You press the cable or band away from the chest while keeping the torso stable to resist rotation. It targets the obliques, transverse abdominis, and deep spinal stabilizers in a way that crunches and sit-ups cannot. It trains your body to resist unwanted spinal rotation, which is crucial for injury prevention and athletic performance. Here is how to do it. I like to use a resistance band. I got mine for about $20. I recommend starting with a 10-pound band and then working your way up to 40 pounds. You can also do this exercise with a cable machine at the gym. If you are using a band, attach it to a sturdy anchor at chest level. A tree outside works great. A door anchor can also work. Stand sideways to the anchor. Your feet should be shoulder width apart. Grab the handle or the band with both hands. Step away from the anchor until there is tension in the band. Now, zip up your core just like you are about to do a stomach vacuum. Brace your TVA. Press the band straight out in front of you. Do not let the band rotate your torso. Keep your shoulders square. Keep your hips still. Hold the press for a moment, then slowly bring the band back to your chest. That is 1 rep. Do 3 sets of 10. Work your way up to 3 sets of 15 before you increase the resistance. Why does this work so well? The Pallof press recruits the transverse abdominis. It also trains your body to resist rotational forces, which is exactly what your TVA is designed to do. When you are walking, carrying groceries, or even just standing, your core is constantly resisting rotation. The Pallof press mimics that real-life demand. It is not just about looking good. It is about building functional strength that protects your spine and improves your posture. I do this exercise on a tree outside because I cannot find anything inside my house to connect it to that. It is sturdy enough and at chest level. You might have a better setup at home or at the gym. The key is consistency. Do the Pallof press after your stomach vacuums. The vacuum wakes up the TVA. The press strengthens it in a functional way. Together, they are a powerful combination. Now, a quick note on the band. Start light. Your TVA is weak. You do not want to strain your lower back by using too much resistance too soon. A 10-pound band is a great starting point. Focus on form. Keep your core braced. Do not let your lower back arch. Do not let your hips rotate. The movement is in your arms, not your torso. Your torso should stay completely still. Now let me tell you about the 5 most common mistakes people make with these exercises. Mistake number 1. Doing the stomach vacuum with a full belly. You cannot activate your TVA if your stomach is full. Do the vacuum on an empty stomach or at least a few hours after a meal. First thing in the morning is ideal. Mistake number 2. Holding your breath during the vacuum. You need to breathe. The contraction is in your core, not your lungs. Breathe shallowly if you need to, but do not hold your breath for the entire 30 seconds. Oxygen is important. Mistake number 3. Using too much resistance on the Pallof press. Start light. If you cannot hold your core stable, you are using too much weight. Go down in resistance. Focus on form. Mistake number 4. Letting your lower back arch during the Pallof press. Keep your ribs down. Keep your pelvis neutral. If your lower back arches, you are not bracing your TVA properly. Mistake number 5. Expecting overnight results. Your TVA took years to weaken. It will take weeks to strengthen. Be patient. Be consistent. The results will come. Now let me answer the 5 most common questions people ask about the TVA and protruding belly. Question 1. How long until I see results? Most people notice improved posture within 2 weeks. Visible changes in belly appearance within 4 to 6 weeks. Significant core strength improvements within 8 weeks. Be patient. Consistency is the key. Question 2. Can I do these exercises if I have lower back pain? Yes, but with caution. Start with the stomach vacuum only. If you feel sharp pain, stop. Consult your doctor first. The TVA supports the lower back, so strengthening it can actually reduce back pain. But everyone is different. Question 3. Do I need to do both exercises? Yes. The stomach vacuum activates the TVA. The Pallof press strengthens it. They work together. Do both for best results. Question 4. How often should I do these exercises? Do the stomach vacuum twice a day, morning and night. Do the Pallof press 3 times a week, every other day. Consistency matters more than intensity. Question 5. What if I cannot feel my TVA working? That is normal at first. Your TVA is asleep. Keep practicing. Focus on the drawing in motion. Imagine zipping up a tight pair of jeans. You will feel it eventually. If you still cannot feel it, try the vacuum on all 4s. That position often makes it easier to feel the contraction. Now let me give you a practical 10-step protocol to fix your protruding belly. Step 1. Choose your stomach vacuum position. Try all 3. See which one feels most natural. Step 2. Practice the breathing. Exhale fully. Pull your navel toward your spine. Step 3. Hold the contraction for 15 to 30 seconds. Do 3 reps per set. Step 4. Do 3 sets per session. Morning and night. Step 5. After 1 week, increase your hold time. Aim for 30 to 45 seconds. Step 6. Add the Pallof press. Start with a light resistance band. Step 7. Do 3 sets of 10 reps on each side. Keep your core braced. Step 8. Increase your band resistance as you get stronger. Move up to 20 pounds, then 30, then 40. Step 9. Track your progress. Take a photo of your posture today. Take another in 30 days. Step 10. Be consistent. Do this every day. The switch only answers to action. Let me quickly recap the 2 exercises, the 5 mistakes, the 5 questions, and the 10 steps. The 2 exercises. Stomach vacuum activates TVA and Pallof press, strengthens TVA and anti-rotation. The 5 mistakes. Doing vacuum with full belly, holding breath, using too much resistance, arching lower back, expecting overnight results. The 5 questions. Timeline. Wicks, back pain, caution. Both exercises, yes. Frequency. Twice daily for vacuum, 3 times weekly for press. Can't feel TVA, keep practicing. The 10 steps. Choose position, practice breathing, hold contraction, 3 sets. Increase hold, add Pallof press, 3 sets of 10. Increase resistance, track progress, be consistent. Here is the truth that most fitness advice will not tell you. Your protruding belly is not about fat. It is not about tight hip flexors. It is not about weak outer abs. It is about a deep core muscle that has fallen asleep. The transverse abdominis is your body's natural corset. When it is weak, nothing holds your organs in place. Your pelvis tilts forward. Your belly sticks out. Your lower back aches. And no amount of crunches or stretching will fix it. But you can wake it up. You can strengthen it. You can fix your posture. Not in a day, but in weeks. With 2 exercises, 1 minute at a time. The stomach vacuum and the Pallof press are the switch. Flip it today. Your body has been waiting. If this video changed how you see core strength, hit like so. Winds of thought can bring you more science of the body you inhabit. And comment below. Do you have a protruding belly even though you are lean? Type duck bet if this is you. Or type TVA if you are ready to fix it. Your core has been waiting for the right switch. Start today. Send this video to someone who needs to hear it. Your friend who has visible abs but still has a belly pooch. Your training partner who struggles with lower back pain. Your spouse who has tried everything but cannot fix their posture. Their core is not broken. Their TVA just needs to wake up. You do not need hundreds of crunches. You do not need hours of stretching. You need a stomach vacuum and a Pallof press. Start today. Your core will thank you.